So like last year, I was trying to throw my daughter like a slumber party, and once again, no woman lives in the household. It's just me and my daughter, and like I communicated with one of the mothers, like just to see if she can get the ball rolling because she know a bunch of more mothers and whatnot. And then I asked, do she feel comfortable having? And as I was talking, she straight up interrupted me. No, I don't feel comfortable with that at all. And like I said, because I'm a man, and she was honest, and I respect her honesty. She was like, yes, and I'm like, that really made me really do. That really did make me feel some type of way. So I expressed my not even frustration. I was really sad, and I expressed that with other women, and they was like, well, Mark Anthony, you got to see where she coming from, and blah blah blah, this and that, and
All right, so we're going to pause it right there. This father is going viral right now because he was upset that he wanted to throw a slumber party for his daughter, and none of the women wanted to allow their children to stay with him. He is a single father. He has a daughter that lives with him, and according to him, the daughter wanted to have this sleepover. Now, a lot of people started to have discourse about this. People felt as though, why wouldn't he understand that people wouldn't want this to happen in the first place? And there started to be conversations on both sides of the fence where there was several people who said, oh, I was raised with a single dad. I had sleepovers all the time. My dad wasn't weird. Then you had other people who said they feel as though if he offered the idea of a sleepover, that the other mothers should have volunteered to sleep at his house. Now, when all of this conversation started to happen, then people started to dig further into his background and find a little bit more about him. Now, this guy, Mark Anthony, is a TikToker. He has done TikTok for several years now. And he's always talking about different topics, whether it's him being a single father, him talking about his behind being large, him talking about how he's 5'4" in stature, and how he has a relationship with black women, white women, how his baby mama is a white woman, and how now he wants to date black women, and so on and so forth. But what got the internet talking was this video where he came to social media stating that he was depressed and he was very sad because he was not able to have a sleepover for his child. Now, as I stated, people started to dig into his background, and they realized that not only is this a guy that is seemingly like out of tune and out of touch with reality, but they also noticed that he had this mugshot on his page plastered several times. He had several videos where he's kind of like bragging that he has this mugshot, and he has videos where he's gloating about the charges that he has as well. Now, if you guys are wondering what the charges are associated with this mugshot, it states that he has a DV charge, a DV, like a domestic battery charge, child endangerment, and false imprisonment. He took to the internet and he did several videos where he's dancing with this mugshot, he's turning up, he's laughing, he's sticking his tongue out, and he's having a jolly good time, basically gloating that he has this charge and this mugshot. Now, he also took to his social media to explain why he got the mugshot and everything like that as well. Let me play a little bit of this video, and then we're going to go into how people then found his TikTok page. They found that he has an OF account, a Telegram account, and how he has his bareback behind on the internet. They started to post the footage in the video of him where he is in his bathroom and he got the camera showing his backside and he's like playing with his derriere. On top of that, people found all of the comments that he would make on his Twitter account and all of the weird questionable videos that he would also make on TikTok. But before people started to do a deep dive about his background, his questionable behavior, there was a lot of women who were taking up for him, and they were advocating for the fact that women should allow their child with him. Now, when I clicked on his Twitter account and I seen him spreading his cheeks and almost kind of making them clap, and when I seen all of the different pictures and videos where he would be like wearing super tight pants and trying to show his behind, I'm like, it didn't even need all of that for me to know my child would never go to his house. But like I said, there was a lot of women who were taken up for him. Now, this is just a sample of like the type of content that he would do on his social media, where he would turn around and, be twerking. And then he also has videos where he would go and he would be like propping his behind up and doing the splits. Now, again, I didn't need to see any of this to know that my child would never go to his house. But without even seeing any of this, there were several women who were ready to offer up their child to him as tribute, okay? There were several women justifying it, saying how their father used to host slumber parties and how they're like, this one lady, she did a whole dissertation to where she said her dad would even slow dance with the little girls. She says, one of my best core memories is a sleepover my dad hosted for my sister and I. We had a fashion show with our dress-up costumes. He slow danced with each of the girls to a song. We cooked dinner together. We still have the recordings. It can seem weird, you think? She said, but my dad was a single father and was never on no weird-ish. I can see if parents don't know him, but why not have one of the moms volunteer to help instead of shut it down completely? Just because mom isn't around shouldn't mean his daughter doesn't deserve a girly girl experience. Parents need to vet him and use their discernment. And to that, I want to say to Miss whatever, I believe that the parents did use their discernment and they said, HE double hockey sticks, no. I mean, they used their discernment and they said no. Let me pull up another one right here where this woman, she wanted to defend him as well. And we're going to listen to his whole thing in full, but let's just look at a couple of these really quick. So this woman right here, she stated, and she said, notice y'all said single dad, meaning the mother is not around and he's just trying to show up for his daughter. Y'all be making ish weird for real. And then there were several people who felt as though, the moms should stop their day and go volunteer to sleep at his house and host the party with him. And I'm like, if you feel as though you want to volunteer your time and sleep over this strange man that you don't know house with his daughter, then do that. Slide in his DMs, go to his Twitter where he's shaking them cheeks and offer your time and volunteer. Like, what's stopping you, honey? But we're going to get into these videos as well, but let me just show y'all a couple of discourse that people were having online. So this person says, I mean, one of the mothers could have offered to spend the night as well. And to that, like I said, bitch, why don't you do it? Another person says, why did one of the moms ask if he wanted help? I guess she meant, why didn't one of the moms ask if he wanted help? He is a single father, and I'm sure one or more of them are also single. So I guess she's insinuating that that's the way to get a man, and that they should offer to sleep over his house because they're single. Girl, is you cool? Now, this video, I don't know if this is going to get my page banned, but the uncensored version of this video This is a video. This is a still from a video on his Twitter account that his 9-year-old, I believe his daughter is 9 or 10, can use the internet. Her friends can use the internet to stumble upon. He has several videos of advertising his OF page. He has this video right here, which this is a still image from the video where he's in the camera, in the bathroom with his bare body, nothing on it, not even a tooth, dental floss, thong, nothing. And he's, you know how girls make their booty move? He's in the thing, making his cheeks, go like this or whatever. Then next to that video, he has a picture where he's standing in his birthday suit and his cucumber is just on this unprivate account that he's advertising his. But child, if you want to volunteer your services, you want to volunteer to go help, and you feel sorry for him, go help him. But let's listen to what he has to say, and then let's listen to his explanation as to his charges. Let's listen to let's just go down the rabbit hole of things that have
So like last
come
year,
on
I
the
was trying to
internet.
throw my daughter like a slumber party, and once again, no woman lives in the household. It's just me and my daughter, and like I communicated with one of the mothers, like just to see if she can get the ball rolling because she know a bunch of more mothers and whatnot. And then I asked, do she feel comfortable having? And as I was talking, she straight up interrupted me. No, I don't feel comfortable with that at all.
As she should. As she should. Any mom should want to protect their kids and be like, nah, sir. Any mom in 2025, even before 2025, I couldn't go to sleepovers when I was a kid. That was a no-no. But apparently, a lot of parents allow their children to do whatever so that they not in their face. That wasn't my mama. My mama didn't allow me to go over my friend's house and do sleepovers. That's just was not allowed. And especially when she heard there was a man in the house, hell no. It just wasn't happening. But fast forward to 2025. With all of the information that we have available about people's behaviors, about things happening to children, all of the things in 2025, you would think that people would have the wherewithal to know, full stop, this is just not okay. Now, if he is a person that has other little girls in his family, I feel like that's who he should do the sleepover with. Now, if in his family, the women of his family would know if he's a weirdo or not and know if they can trust his child or their child with him, okay? Like, I had an uncle, my favorite uncle, Uncle William. I slept over his house plenty of times, and my uncle was a single father. That was my uncle. My mother was raised with him. He didn't do nothing weird to any of my mom, any of the women in the family. There was nothing, like, he was not a creep. He was a trustworthy man. And that was my uncle. My mother was raised with him, and his daughters was my same age. So my mom, there was like a trust factor there. Okay. But even with that, that wasn't something that was like on all the time thing. If my my cousins, if they had like a birthday party or, like a sleepover, something like that, every now and then, okay, cool. But to have a total stranger that you don't know his background, you don't know if he has these charges that he has, this battery charge, you don't know if he relocated to the city, you don't know what he has going on, to just offer up your children as tribute, I feel like it's irresponsible, okay? And yes, statistically, the people who most likely touch kids are people that they know. I understand that stat. I understand that a lot of people have been violated by family members. I understand that. And I'm not saying to just let your children go to family members at all. But I'm just saying I'm not allowing my child to have sleepovers with strange men at all, especially here in 2025. Like, no. So I say all that to say, I feel like yes, there is statistic, there is there are stats that a person close to you, the people that you know, family members, this, that, can violate children out of comfortability. I understand that. But I think how that happens is people constantly allowing their children, alone. I got friends, male friends that I've known for 20 years. My daughter's not staying at any of their houses, sleeping over at any of their houses. It's never happening. I don't give a damn what's going on. Like, my child is not sleeping over their houses. And these are men that I've known for like 20 years. My child's not going over there. And do I think they're weird or creeps? No. But I'm not leaving my child over there. I don't care if they have daughters or not. No, it's not happening. Thank you so much for the super chat. You said that would be a HE double hockey sticks no for me. I know that's right. It's absolutely no. No. It's absolutely not. Reese says, it's unfortunate. I can't relate. I love my uncles and never had to experience that. It sucks that happens so often. Right. Same. I was never violated by my uncles, but I was never violated by my uncles because my mom, she had such extreme discernment that it was only like one or two that she felt like she trusted, you know what I mean, with me around them, because she know who the uncles that was and who, okay, cool, you know what I mean? So anyways, let's listen to some more.
And like I said, because I'm a man and she was honest and I respect her honesty. Feel like, yes. And I'm like, that really made me that really did make me feel some type of way. So I expressed my, not even frustration. I was really sad. And I expressed that with other women. And they was like, well, Mark Anthony, you got to see where she coming from and blah, 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 this and that and whatnot. And like, and I do understand like where women coming from, but it just hurt my feelings to know that me just as a man, I get labeled as that. And like, I would never do nothing like that to like, I would never do nothing like that to kids, because like when I was growing up, like, it was a situation. Like, I try to make jokes about it and whatnot. And like, long story short, it happens to me. It happened to me, but by a woman. And I just remember that feeling as I got older and when I was younger. Like, I would never do that to a child. And just know that, like, I could even throw my daughter like a slumber party is because like they think I'ma do what somebody did to me, which was a woman, by the way. And like, that shit made me damn near like cry for real, bro. Because I'm like, I'm just trying to like have my daughter, but as it's that shit just made me really feel some type of way. So like last year, I was trying to throw my daughter.
So as you've seen, he did like a fake type of cry. Now he has his daughter on his TikTok. Now I'm not gonna show his daughter, but he has a reenactment with his daughter where, and obviously it's just a TikTok sound, but he has a reenactment where he's like, bitch, something, 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 and they're like doing a reenactment. And I'm like, why is this what you chose to do with your 9-year-old? That's just weird. But hold on, let me put this, let me try to block out his daughter and let's take a look at this. All right. So in the caption of this video, it says like, if you me trying to convince it says me trying to convict my daughter to become a child actor since Hollywood love hybrids so much. And then in the caption, it says,
Bitch, you wanna make some motherfucking money? What? Bitch, you should be doing kisses on the playground. You can make $50 a day. Bitch, you wanna make some motherfucking money? What? Bitch, you should be doing kisses on the playground. You can make $50 a day.
so he's pulling his daughter and he's saying the sound says, bitch, you want to make some money? You could be doing kisses on the playground for $50 or whatever. Let's play it again.
Bitch, you wanna make some motherfucking money? What? Bitch, you should be doing kisses on the playground. You can make $50 a day. Bitch, you wanna make some motherfucking money? What? Bitch, you should be doing kisses on the playground. You can make $50 a day. Bitch, you wanna make some motherfucking money? What? Bitch, you should be.
And his daughter is in the video. And there's black women in the comments, and one black woman says, like, baby, you can be Zendaya. And then someone says, how old is she? Diddy 2.1. Somebody says, get on YouTube. Y'all already funny. And then someone says, as a joke, in this economy, she wouldn't have a choice. Hold on, let me screenshot. Let me screenshot this so y'all can see, because I'm trying not to show his daughter on here. But this is what people are commenting under the video. And the caption of the video, hold on, I don't know why it's not showing no more.
You're doing kisses on the playground. You can make 50.
But the caption of the video says something about like getting my light-skinned daughter into acting or some crap like that. Hold on, let me screenshot some of these comments right here, because I was just like, you bitches is weird. Like, y'all are strange. It's a strange bunch around here. And then I'll be like, you know what? I understand why I'm not liked on YouTube and why people don't be liking me. And you know what I mean? Because I just can't relate. I can't relate. So this lady says, like, baby, you can be Zendaya. You know, this person says, now, friend, I protest after all these childhood stars being traumatic. Be a YouTube star. Another person says, yikes. Then the next set of comments, they say, get on YouTube. Y'all already funny. In this economy, she wouldn't have a choice. Now, again, the little girl is like 9 years old. And this was in 2024. So she would have been, what, like 8? And they're making jokes about a little girl kissing for money on the playground. I'm crying. What's funny about it? I don't like certain stuff. I feel like maybe people have dark humor, but there's just certain stuff that I'm just not gonna joke about with my daughter. I'm raising a little girl. I'm not about to make a joke about my daughter kissing anybody for money or offering up services in a sexual manner for money. Like, that's not a joke to me. That's just not something that I'm gonna play around with. Like, no. Someone says, I hope he was referring to her acting and not kissing. Let's listen to the sound again.
$50 a day. Bitch, you wanna make some motherfucking money? What? Bitch, you should be doing kisses on the playground. You can make $50 a day.
To me, it sounds like it says, you can be doing kisses on the playground. You can make $50 a day. Now, let's watch some more. So, as I stated, there was people who talked about his record, all right? So, this is him speaking
doing
about
social media on Instagram. Like I had a bunch of followers and I was portraying this girl character. Her name was Dorito. And instead of people coming up to me like, oh shit, that's Mark Django, that's Mark Django.
hold
They were
on.
like, oh, that's that dude that be wearing the wig and playing that girl Dorito. They said all that shit instead of just saying Mark Django. And that's when I started thinking to myself, man, I shouldn't have to put on a wig and act like a woman and stuff online to make people laugh because that take a whole lot. Like, I know y'all looking at this like, yeah, that white woman that put that black man in jail. Which she did, but this don't even got nothing to do with her right now. This is the day I stopped wearing wigs and stopped wearing like girl clothes and stuff online because I thought you had to act like a woman in order to be funny online, but I realized I didn't. Back when I first started doing social media on Instagram, like I had a bunch of followers and I was portraying this girl character. Her name was Dorito. And instead of people coming up to me like, oh shit, that's Mark Django, that's Mark Django.
And mind you, he has several videos where he's baiting people to click on his page with that mugshot. So he would post the mugshot as like the cover photo or whatever, so like the thumbnail of the video, and then he would like talk about it briefly as and it's like he's promoting this child battery, false imprisonment charge like it's a badge of honor, and then talking about other things like he's proud of it. Okay? And so here, like I said, he talks about, oh, well, you see this mugshot? Like, yeah, the white woman put me in jail, but let's talk about me playing this character Dorito.
They were like, oh, that's that dude that be wearing the wig and playing that girl Dorito. They said all that shit instead of just saying Mark Django. And that's when I started thinking to myself, man, I shouldn't have to put on a wig and act like a woman and stuff online to make people laugh because that take a whole lot. Like putting on a wig, putting on female clothes and all that type of shit. It got to a point. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of that shit. But I kept doing it until I went to jail. So me and my baby mama had a fight. I didn't fight her that day, but she was fighting me, and like that's a
That day. I didn't fight her that day.
whole nother story. But anyway, I end up getting arrested. I walk into the jail cell, and it's a dude that used to follow me on social media up in there. I'm thinking it's gonna be pleasant and shit. He said, "Oh shit, it's Mark Django. Oh shit, you still be wearing the wigs and shaking your ass online?" Huh? It's cute. My face the whole time was just like, I know y'all looking at this like, yeah, that white woman that put that black man in jail.
Okay. So he goes on to talk about this some more about how he ended up in jail because a lot of people started to talk about it. And he basically describes himself going to jail. Hold on, let me find the video. Let me go back up to the top. I thought I had it in a Let me just look through some of these because
Don't y'all know that he have a domestic violence charge, false imprisonment, and child endangerment? Me and my baby mama was having an argument, and then she tried to hit me, and I grabbed her arm to refrain her from hitting me. And like, since she white, she had and that's your fucking problem right there. Dating them goddamn white women. You couldn't find no black woman. I was trying to tell you about how I got all the charges and stuff right now. We don't care about that. So, do y'all want to hear about the child endangerment charge or talk about me dating a white woman? What the fuck? A black woman would have never did that. How the fuck did we get here? Don't y'all know that he have a domestic violence charge, false imprisonment, and child endangerment? Me and my baby mama pled guilty to a simple battery. It got dropped down to a simple battery because no child was in danger. My white baby mother was acting belligerent, and like that got the police called on me. I didn't do nothing wrong. And a white police officer came up. And I know y'all thinking, Mark, you did that to yourself dating a white woman. Yes, I did do that to myself. But that's how the child endangerment came in place because I was the one arrested. But it got dropped down to a simple battery. You see that? And as a black man, I never once got on this platform and disrespected black women. You still haven't found the video of me disrespecting a black woman. Black woman, I see her. I go around giving black women flowers because they deserve their flowers every day that they walk this earth. If a black woman don't know she deserves flowers, guess what? I'm going to give her one. That's about me in the streets. Don't be mad because you ain't getting no flowers, bitch. And then I went and listened to your music. You are promoting violence as a black woman. You're handing out guns instead of flowers, ma'am. As dress on you was wearing. Like it looked like you just made that dress that morning. And how much of your track was showing? Usain Bolt could have raced on that motherfucker. But I don't.
All right, so this is him basically clapping back at one of the women who spoke about him and his charges and how he has this, a child endangerment, and that's like his clapback. Now, if you guys have not liked the video at this point, definitely hit like to the video. If y'all want to donate to my page, y'all know y'all can always donate as well. But let's continue to listen to a little bit more. But there was a lot of women who were defending him, and there are still women who are windmilling for him in his comments with all the information that they know about him to this day. And I'm just like, child, these kids ain't safe, honey. Now, I guess his baby mama hopped in the chat as well. Let me click on it right here. Hold on.
Not my baby mama.
All right, so his baby mama, I guess she hopped into the conversation and she says, I guess on her video, think about all the slumber parties she could have if you didn't take her away from me. So he's responding to her, jumping into the conversation.
Come on, we was just getting back on good terms, and you turn around and try to do this to me on the internet too. My baby mama. You her goddamn mama. I wouldn't trust her to have a sleepover at you at all. That's why CPS called me. I had to come get her. You moved a random ass man in around my daughter after 3 weeks of fucking knowing him. And I told you to give me my daughter when you did that, but yet you still refuse. You are the reason where my anxiety come from, why I fear for my daughter to go to somebody else's house. Because I'm like, if I couldn't trust her with her own mother, the woman that gave birth to her, who can I trust my daughter with? And
it's the same man who says that he can't trust his baby mama. He got trust issues, but is so confused that other people would have trust issues with him. I don't know why they wouldn't. I feel so sad and depressed that I wasn't able to facilitate a sleepover for my daughter. And it's just like, sir. And then all of the clapbacks that he does, it's just like, I know what I feel as though, now I don't know him personally, but I feel as though what classes he had versus what classes I had in school, and I feel like they were very different parts of the school. And it's unfortunate because, I mean, obviously you can't help, your intelligence level, but it does explain certain things. And I feel like, in my opinion, again, I don't know what side of the school he was attending classes, but I just feel like our classes wouldn't have never been on the same sides. That's just the inkling I get,
Since my daughter been living with me for the past 4 years, you took the income tax money every time I tried to file. You stealing money out of your own daughter's mouth and out of my mouth. Because why are you still filing her on your taxes if you haven't had her? I probably wouldn't even be throwing ass online if you gave me some of that goddamn income tax money you keep stealing from me.
What? What did he just say? I probably wouldn't be throwing tail around online. Hit the like button if you guys have not already. Make sure that you guys hit the like button so that and hype up my video. I always have to adapt to the new way that social media is doing things. And so now I guess YouTube gives you guys points to hype up videos. Now, I don't know what the criteria is because some of my videos, y'all say y'all not able to hype them up. I don't know. Maybe it's within a certain window of the video. I don't really know the parameters, but hype it up if you can. Hit the like button as well. And, we are an acquired taste over here. But if you'd like to subscribe, then make sure to subscribe. Somebody said, doesn't he have an OF page? Oh, we've already talked about that, baby. We've already talked about that, but let's continue.
This is the man you had around my daughter. A drunk, a abuser, everything.
Don't you have battery chargers yourself?
You are the reason I don't trust nobody. And you gonna come up here online and try to not even defend me whatsoever. You gonna run with the joke? All right. And let's talk about why CPS had to get me my daughter. They said my daughter was going to school hungry every damn day. Something else that I'm not going to say on the internet. But you let my daughter go missing until 9 o'clock at night. She was 6 years old. This is the time when you actually took her from me and ran back to Oklahoma and tried to sneak off back with her. But anyway, it was 9 o'clock and a 6-year-old is not home at 9 o'clock. Talking about she's supposed to be back home by 6. What type of person let a child be out without monitoring them? I know when my daughter at 24 goddamn 7 and you just let a 6-year-old, man, get the fuck out. And I had to drive all the way from Houston to Oklahoma after CPS called me. So yeah, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, she's going through some hardships in her life and whatnot. I was trying to be lean with you. Not once have I asked you for anything since I had my daughter. I made ways ever since I had my daughter to put food in our mouths.
All right. And a woman on Facebook, she was defending him as well, okay? So this is what a woman who used to date him had to say about the situation. So as I stated, this has been a topic all over social media. A lot of people having conversations and discourse about it. A lot of men chiming in, women chiming in. But I was going through comments all over social media, and I found it interesting that regarding this situation where he says that he had to go drive for his daughter and get the daughter from the mom and all that, I was like, this woman felt like she wanted to, speak to his character, okay, because of this. And this is what she had to say. All right. So let me read this real quick and we're going to listen to some more. But she said under a thread that was talking about him, she said the following. Okay, hold on. All right, she says, to clear things up, from what I recall, his ex-wife kidnapped their daughter. He had to fly to another state to get her. Once he got her, she called the police and etc. He moved his daughter down here to his 1-bedroom, gave the daughter the room he sleeps, literally in the living room. Everything in their house is basically the daughter's. He goes without so she can have. So yes, I understand why he feels that way because he literally is a single father with no help. Y'all quick to judge people, but don't know the half of what they got going on. Yeah, he a little fruity. That's why I stopped talking to him. But his parenting skills, I never questioned. His daughter is also sweet and a well-mannered little girl. So this woman right here wanted to windmill for him and vouch for his parenting and say how he has no help. And I'm like, well, why are you letting his fruitiness not allow you to step in and help? Go help him out, sister. Since he's such a good daddy and all. And this is a black woman right here, by the way. I just, redacted her picture and her name. But since he's such a good daddy and all, but he just a little fruity, you say he ain't got no help, go help. You want us to care. But you don't even care enough to actually help him. Because if he had your help, the conversation or the comment that you left would read, despite me not wanting to talk to him because he's fruity, I help out because he has no help. You didn't even say that you help, but you want other people to feel some type of sympathy for him. Girl, child. And it was a whole lot of comments that I was coming off and I was seeing all throughout social media. And I'm just like, baby, we're not doing this. Like, we're not doing this. But let's listen to some more.
4 years and I haven't asked you for child care. I haven't asked you for anything. Anything I struggle with, I did it on my own. And you're still stealing money from me. And all my charges that I was brought up on, everybody want to talk about, you're the reason those charges are on there. The false imprisonment, domestic violence, child endangerment, you are the reason they're on there. You've been arrested twice since I haven't been in your life. Twice. And once again, you up here making judgment. Oh, she could have had a slumber part. You don't got your own shit. You live with you live with your boyfriend that live with his sister. I don't know y'all. I don't even know y'all. When you didn't have a job, I was helping you pay your rent. I was paying all of your rent when you didn't have a job. Not my baby mama.
Okay. So, somebody in the comments say he's chasing clout for being a single dad. I believe that he's using any topic that he can to jumpstart this TikTok career. Now, if you guys watch Pop the Balloon show, he has been on the Love Mountain edition twice. And each time you can tell he's going on there looking for attention. Okay? One time he went on there, he had like a black shirt, some gray sweats that were super tight with some bright pink sneakers. And one of the girls was like, turn around, like you got more booty than me. Like, he's definitely trying to go and get attention by any means necessary. Okay. And if you, hey, do get it how you live. I mean, why not? But, I wouldn't leave my child around him. I know that.
Was having an argument and then she tried to
Let's see some more of these videos.
yeah.
Sir, this is the only bitch ass I see.
And this is all
People on the internet is crazy.
yeah.
Sir, this is the only bitch ass I see.
And this is all that I see.
Oh. Oh, my Lord. child.
So there's a guy on here who felt like he had to dress up like a woman to be funny on TikTok, who is very, very depressed right now because he can't have a whole bunch of little girls in pajamas sleeping in his house. No, I'm playing. There's a single father on here who wants to...
You gonna come over here saying I dress like a woman and then gonna say I'm playing. First, you trying to use homophobia as a fear, which lets me know you a bitch ass nigga. But let's finish watching the rest of the video.
There was so many other activities that you could have named that you didn't have to do a sleepover. Movie theaters, mini golf, bowling.
I don't know if that music is
Oh, mugshot Mark Anthony, single father and TikToker, is saddened at the fact
DL Marquise, loving father, loving husband, and he's also in a lavender marriage. He probably have a lovely boyfriend on his side. I definitely know a DL man when I see one. I see it in your mannerism. I know you've been in my DMs before. I probably didn't reply back to you. That's why you're so mad and upset. Keep being the loving father that you are. But please let your wife go find her a man that like women.
crime's getting out of hand now. I may have to move back to the inner city with 56-year-old Michael Deal decided to call this woman first.
So let me talk to you in your language. Since you wanted my attention, you have it. I'm going to deal my phone number. Just let your wife find her a good loving husband that like women, because I know you don't. I know you don't. Nick, I see it in your eyes, bro. And then if me and you get together, my name is Mark Anthony. Your name is what? Marquise. And we make a good little couple, Eminem.
Oh, mugshot Mark Anthony, single father.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But there was several fathers that spoke out about this. Let me go ahead. Let me go to some of the comments that dads left about this. Let me pull it up. And all down his Twitter account, he's talking about how he wants his wanker to be sucked, touched, about how big his butt is, all of this stuff. For those of y'all who don't, y'all want to visit his Twitter account. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a trigger warning that it's the video where he was, my mouth when I seen it was like, so I'm warning you, but let me just put his Twitter handle here. And it says, I have an uncensored Twitter where I show more. Pay $10 and you'll be accepted. And I'm like, if this is the uncensored version, if this is the uncensored version, sir, type that in Twitter. That's the page. Now, again, trigger warning, because when I seen him, I was like, what? I had to start clutching my pearls. To start clutching my pearls. You know, I'm just like, baby, what are we doing? What's happening here? Let me find the post where the dads were speaking out. Hold on.
He'll float around about Mark, his feelings being hurt because people don't want to let their daughter sleep over his house or whatever case may be. But I feel like as a man, you should already understand why motherfuckers don't want their kids sleeping over your house or anybody's house. My daughter ain't sleeping at nobody motherfucking house. I wouldn't even, I barely want her being left alone with anybody. For real, for real. Outside of my mom and my sister, I barely want her to be left alone with anybody if I'm keeping it a bean. You know what I'm saying? And then most of the time when children get touched, it's somebody in the family. So, listen, my daughter ain't sleeping over nobody motherfucking house. I wouldn't even feel comfortable having them.
All right, so he starts cursing and all that.
It just hurt my feelings to like to know that me just as a man, I get labeled as that, and like I would never do nothing like that to like you know, like I would never do nothing like that.
Why does that bother you anyway? Ain't you a man? Why is you even bent out of shape about that? Why does that upset you? Let's think about at a sleepover, children are going to be dressed in their pajamas. They're not really going to have anything underneath their clothes. So pajamas are pretty much the closest thing to underwear because they're...
What are you talking about? Why wouldn't the kids have anything underneath their pajamas? This how you know he speaking on people and kids and he ain't been around kids. Yeah, go ahead. Why wouldn't kids have anything under their pajamas? That was already weird. So I'm just gonna go to the next dad because that was odd. What? Go.
At somebody else's house or at my house, the parents gotta come. Y'all can sleep on the couch, whatever. Well, I'm gonna sleep on your couch, and me and my kids gonna sleep in here, whatever, until the sleepover is over. If you ain't in for the kids, stop acting like motherfuckers is weird because y'all ass is weird, bro. Y'all weird as fuck. Kids wanna sleep over at somebody else's house or at my house, the parents gotta come. Y'all can sleep on the couch, whatever. Well, I'm gonna sleep on your couch, and me and my kids gonna sleep in here, whatever, until the sleepover is.
We're not coming to your house at all. Like, why do y'all think that we're coming? We're not coming. We're not coming, sir. We're not.
So like last.
I usually don't do this, but
So there's a bit of talk online at the moment about a single dad who wanted to have a slumber party for his daughter, but mums weren't okay with their daughters going to a single man's house for a sleepover, and he found that quite hard. And as a single father myself, I thought I'd throw my 2 cents in about the whole situation. First of all, I completely understand with how he feels.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Babe, I've been really thinking about the whole single dad wanting to host an all-girl slumber party. And I've been really thinking and really digesting my thoughts before I wanted to come on here and speak about it. And as I was thinking, it came across my mind that I think I was in 4th or 5th grade. I remember one of my mom's good friends, single dad, wanted to have a party for his daughter, right? Invite a couple of the girls from her school over, right? Turned into a slumber party type of situation. He went to my mom, because again, he was a single parent, and told him the situation. I want to have a summer party for my daughter, da, da, da. My mom said, what we can do, you can have the slumber party over here. Like, I'll host the slumber party over here. And
catching up on the single dad wanting to host a slumber party for his daughter. And while I understand his sentiment about being sad and depressed, he's not able to do that for his daughter. He has to understand, especially in today's age, you cannot trust anybody, especially a man and women too, but you can't trust dropping your kids off at a house overnight and you do not know what they will be exposed to, because once that is out of the bag, there's no going back. So to always...
And what if he over here, and what if he decide, okay, the little girls are asleep, and then he go in his room and start making his little OF videos, and one of the kids wandering around the house stumble upon it. Like, no, just no. Like, no.
Be on the safe side. And growing up, I used to go to a lot of different sleepovers, have friends, homies at the house to stay the night with me and my parents. And, nothing transpired, but there are so many horror stories of things that shouldn't happen. And it might not even be assault, but just exposures that you do not want your kid going to, especially with all the evil that's going on today. There is some understanding that needs to be taken on his part. And while I was understanding that, I stumbled upon his Twitter, and that was one of the wildest Twitter pages I've seen. So with that being said, he shouldn't even be surprised. He shouldn't even be thinking of having little girls sleep over at his house with the content that he is putting out. Catching up on the single dad wanting to
all gender related, like remotely close to gender related. Some people trying to pounce on it and make it worse. Like, say I got into a relationship with someone and then like broke up a few months from now, right? I could make a video and be like, oh, I broke up with, this person I was dating. I'm sad about it. It was super amicable. I wish them the best, like we're still on good terms, but it sucks. We broke up. And there would be women in the comments being like, oh my gosh, you're lost. Oh my, she's going to be doing so much better now. Da, 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 da. Oh, you're a loser anyway.
What is he talking about?
Bro really stated that he was sad and depressed when he found out from another parent why it would not be acceptable to have a all-girl slumber party at his house being a single father. He stated that he wanted to throw a slumber party for his daughter, so he asked another parent if she could help out with giving out the invites and stuff like that. And as he was speaking to her about said slumber party, that parent stopped him dead in his tracks and told him no and why. Listen to what he has to say.
So, like, last year, I was trying to throw my daughter, like, a slumber party. And once again, no woman lives in the household. It's just me and my daughter. And, like, I communicated with one of the mothers, like, just to see if she can get the ball rolling.
I'm about to watch the video again.
So, like, last year, and once again, just to see if she feel I don't feel.
Now, I appreciate you coming out with this story and understanding the side of your female friend. But why I get in the comment section and they talking about look at your other social media and you'll figure out why your female friend said that. So I go take a look. First video is you spreading cheeks. Now, what people do in the privacy of their home is what they do. But what you do in the privacy of your own home is all over the internet. It's all over social media. Now, all I'm saying is that, of course, I wouldn't want my kids around that. And I know you don't do all that while kids are in the house, at least I hope, but I still don't want my kids around all that, even remotely close to all that. It was a good message, but what you do on social media makes you the wrong messenger. Before y'all get on here talking about if it was a woman, you would feel differently. No, I won't. I still don't want my daughters and sons around all that. If you do that stuff on social media, you should, there's a precedence around this. All I'm saying is, brother, this shouldn't even have been a question to be asked. But let me know what y'all think. I'll see y'all in the next one.
I am myself a girl dad, but I'm not a single dad. I'm married with a wife, and I just seen a video of Mark Anthony. He's a single dad, and he was upset because mothers wouldn't let their daughters come have a sleepover, with his daughter. And I felt horrible because I truly understand both sides. And I want people to understand that his daughter wanted to sleep over. He didn't want to sleep over, of course. His daughter did, but we live in a society now where, all men are seen as being, rightfully so, like a threat or some weirdo or some, PDF file. And as parents, we have to be mindful not to put our children in that position. Also, a lot of women, and it's so sad, a lot of women have been, abused, touched on as kids, and they're still going through that trauma. Even when they're healed, they never want their children to experience with their children. So parents are going to naturally want to protect their kids, even if the person is a good person. Nothing against Mark.
I'm laughing at the comment in the chat. Somebody in the chat said, I just looked at his Twitter. Hold on. Let me show y'all this post. This comment. Because the comments might not show for y'all later once I edit certain stuff out this video. Let me show y'all what this man. He says, I just looked at his X page from one gay man to another. Absolutely not. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Why? Why you say absolutely not? Why you say absolutely not? Whew. What you think about the video where he was in the thing and he was spreading his cheeks like bare booty raw like that? Like, what you think about that? Oh man. I stayed at my cousin's house and it was fun. As a teen, I did go to their homes and have fun, but today, no. I wouldn't allow no content All right, now, I'm not saying no content creators now. Come on now. All content creators ain't weird. But, yeah, no. That's a little extra. All right. So, that's that on that. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's talk about something else.